How is it going, folks? Welcome back to Parts of Prem, and welcome back to an absolutely massive week. Today we kick things off with the Carabao Cup final. It's our first cup final in charge. We're heading to Wembley. We're taking on Newcastle. This game is going to be absolutely monumental. Win this, we will have European football next year. And right now, that is looking more and more important by the day, because in terms of our league position, we're in 11th. We're not doing very well. There's only 9 games left of the season. Now, we won't have an away day for the Carabao Cup final. I've got something even more spectacular planned. But we will have an away day as we do the Europa League quarter-finals. We have been drawn against Athletic Club Bilbao. Yeah. Could have got an easier team. We've got a feature before the cup final that's not an away day. We've got an away day in Spain. We've got 3 matches to play. Let's get straight into things. Today, by the way, is episode number 103 of Park to Prem. There's lots to get through today. Let's talk about results since you were last here. It's been a mixed bag. So we have played 6 matches since you were last here. We've won 2 league games. We've lost 3 and drawn 1. Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? First of these results, a great one. We beat Norwich 3-0. Very happy with this one. Saw Cadman get his first ever Premier League goal, which was great to see. A player who has shown some pretty good early signs of development. And of course, with Anthony Rich leaving the team, Cadman is now the 5th choice striker. Called on him a couple of times. Was good to see him score here. Having won that first game of the month 3-0, albeit against a very rubbish Norwich team, I was hoping we could take some of that momentum into back-to-back home games. Spoilers, we didn't. The first game against Southampton here, bitterly disappointing. Lost 2-1. Our only goal came via Teixeira from a set piece. And to be honest, we weren't much better against Arsenal. I say that. No, we were better against Arsenal. I think we were unlucky. This game really was a tale of 2 halves. First half, we were absolutely amazing. We limited Arsenal's opportunity, didn't really allow them a sniff. We missed a lot of good chances, though. Second half, they were good. They took their chances. We weren't good. You can see the XG story here. A goal right at the start of the second half set them on their merry way, and unfortunately, we couldn't hold on for the win. After that, a 2-1 win against Leeds was really nice. Lemos with a last-gasp penalty. 95th minute that went in. Following on from that, a 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Not a terrible result when you look at the scoreline. It felt terrible because they scored in the 93rd minute. I really feel like in our games, there's always last-minute goals. Chelsea probably deserved it. Did feel like 2 points dropped though. And most recently we took on Tottenham and lost 3-0. Can we just pretend this game didn't exist? It's the first game in a while where we just got battered, basically, but we did injure Luke Walder. So silver linings. He's out with a groin strain, so maybe we weren't responsible for the injury, but he got injured against us, the former Guernsey man. Didn't make a difference. Tottenham were very good in this. I say that. They were very good in this game. We just didn't take our chances again, to be honest. So with those results, looking at the league table, we are down in 11th. We are only 5 points away from Newcastle, who we take on today, but we have played 2 more games than them. So realistically speaking, best chance of European football this year is to win the Carabao Cup. That would be Conference League football. Or on the flip side, if we could win the Europa League, that would see us qualify for the Champions League. It feels like a long shot, but when you look at past winners, English teams tend to do quite well in this competition. I think earlier I said I was in the quarter-final. No, jumped the gun there. We're in the round of 16 taking on Athletic Club Bilbao. So, lots to be done still. So our first game today is at Wembley. It's the Carabao Cup final. As I've already said, we're not doing an away day today because I've got something more special planned. Special. We'll use that term loosely. I'll be right back. Now, I was sat thinking, how can I make the Carabao Cup final special, It's not the most prestigious of competitions, but for us right now, in our 25-year history as a club, just as a reminder, this is our quarter of a century season. It'd be great to win things, and I thought, what better way to celebrate this occasion than to get a drink of Carabao energy drink and taste test it on a video. Only 63 calories. I'll be honest, I didn't think the Carabao energy drink was actually a real thing. I went online and I've never seen it in a store. You can now buy it, and apparently I can win football tickets at carabaoenergy.co.uk. Has anyone ever tried this before? I'm going to find out if I like it or not right now. I am just reading the nutritional declaration. That's what it's written. It's not nutritional information, it's the declaration on the back. It's like they've been forced to do it. I'll tell you what, in this can, I'm getting 600% of my daily recommended vitamin B5 or B6. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. 600% feels excessive. Right, let's crack it open. This is the big one. Oh, it sounded good. Hope it sounded good for you guys at home. I have not had a canned energy drink probably in the last year and a half, so this is going to be fun. I hope it tastes good, because I'll be honest, I had to buy a crate of it. I don't know if it's because I prefer Sneak Energy in the flavours. It doesn't taste great. It just has like a funny fake taste, you know. It doesn't taste of anything that I've ever had before, but I can't work out if it's good or not. I mean, I'm not spitting it out, but I don't think I want more. Not wanting more would be fine, except to get this ordered in time for the Carabao Cup final, I had to buy a pack of 12. Does anyone like Carabao energy drink around here? Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm glad I can label this a tax write-off. This is essential for my job, I swear, Mr. Taxman. Our recent form has been pretty terrible, and I don't think there's a single area I can really point at and go, you're the problem. I think ultimately, we've played a lot of football this year. We've had to rotate things around this year. We overperformed last year, and it's a young squad that just needs time to develop. We need more time in the oven, but what would help us cook away would be European football next year of any kind. So with that in mind, I really, really do want to win this game. Here is the team we're going with. Manny Wilford is between the sticks. We are in the process, by the way, of trying to sign Manny Wilford for that £7 million. Of course, we loaned him for the year from Liverpool with that option to buy him for £7 million. I think he's kind of proven his worth at that price point, so we are looking to bring him in. Florentine has developed really, really well, I feel like, over the last few years. I'd say he's the one player I look at in our defence and go, you are the Premier League article right now. I do say this with love. Tejera is just a bit of a set-piece merchant. I mean, he's not a bad centre-back, but he is definitely one of those players I'm looking at in the summer thinking probably could do better. And Volashak here is continuing to develop really well, does look really exciting at 19. I also do feel like he lacks a little bit of the quality if I am really truly aiming for European football every year. At wing-back, we are going with Adu Jamfi. This man has been so good for us. I really, really rate Jamfi highly. He's one of the players with the most potential in our team, according to our staff. When you look at his performances over the years, the ratings aren't amazing, but they never really are for wing-backs. I feel like he's been beyond solid for us. Right wing-back, we have Rojas, of course, the right-back who can't pass. He's still got 9 passing. He's still got 5 crossing. I will say he has got 5 assists in 32 games, so he's not been completely useless. And of course, in the midfield, we are going to go with Jaime at roaming playmaker. And you might have noticed, I have been tweaking and changing things a little bit. The Segundo Volante is dead. Aaron McKillop is back in the team as a defensive midfielder for us. I know people don't love McKillop, but he's so well-rounded in his mentals and physicals, and I know he lacks a lot technically, but if we play him in a less technically demanding role, like defensive midfielder, I genuinely think he's one of our best players. In the final third, we are going with Alunga at centre, attacking mid. I do need to see a little bit more from Alunga, but of course, just a reminder, he's 20 years old. He will get better. And in the final third, Gaspar and Lemos play up top alongside one another. Big Knot has dropped to the bench. He's had 4 pretty awful performances in his last 5 games. So, yeah, he's going to sit in timeout and think about what he's done. We have, of course, got all the usual suspects on the bench. Let's get to this cup final. I can't stress this enough. I would really like to win this. I need European football. Also, I said I didn't like this energy drink. I keep staring at it on my desk and thinking, I'll go back to it. I will just say as well, if we lose this game, it's a Carabao conspiracy. It's because I said I didn't like the taste of it and they sponsor the competition. It was fixed against me rather than my own ineptitude. No, this isn't going to be an easy game. Newcastle aren't exactly running away with things in the league. They're still in European competitions as well. So could be 2 maybe slightly fatigued teams, although we both did have a week or 2's break before this match. Nevertheless, I digress. No more excuses. Let's make stuff happen. I've realised I keep licking my lips and stuff. I'm not enjoying the taste of the drink. It's just lingering. If you were hoping for a classic open-ended final, both teams going for it, not really happened inside the first half an hour here. 25 minutes played, first highlight of the game, and it's going to be Gusto bringing the ball forward for Newcastle United. The right back cutting inside, and I mean, we've been shown that as a highlight. I think that is a testament to how little has happened in the opening stages of this game. That said, set pieces, these are our jam. It's like strawberry jam, my favourite jam. We've not done anything with the jam there. And now they're coming up the other end. Jeannot, he's through, 1-on-1. Manny Wilford, £7 million goalkeeper. He's just had his pants pulled down there. He's been made to sit on his bum. I mean, we've committed men forward for the initial kind of corner, and they've just caught us on the break. I did really believe Manny Wilford might stop that there. He's been made to look like a mug. If you're wondering, by the way, how good Jeannot is, apparently this man has 6 finishing. Yep, that's a lie. 2 highlights in that half. It's half-time already. I'm not happy. I really wish there was a team talk option where I could say, I bought 12 cans of Carabao energy drink for this occasion, and we've not done anything. But that's not an option, so I'm just going to tell them, what was that? I'm going to make some changes to start this half. I'm going to move Lemos back, and I'm going to take off Alunga, who simply put has not been good enough in this game. Rojas at right wing back hasn't been amazing, but we're going to stick with him at least for a little bit. Oh, I do feel a bit sad. You know what? McKillop, Segundo Volante, it's coming back. Do I want to make a change here? You know what? Kovacevic, you're going to come in and play Segundo Volante. Kovacevic, a little bit better going forward, a little bit better rounded, I think, than McKillop. Very good player, still lacking a little bit. Just as a reminder, this man's 19. This man could be absolutely amazing. He was sent off against Addons. This is his redemption arc. This is where he comes on and wins us a cup final. Or maybe gets sent off again. Let's hope not. 2 changes made at the break. I'm going to make 1 more change as well. We're not having nearly enough of the ball here to justify some of our usual instructions. I'm going to get rid of look for overlap and work ball into the box. We'll still look to pass into space. There's plenty of that for our wing-backs and centre mids to run into. But I want to see an early response here. And well, maybe we're going to get it, or maybe things are about to get a lot worse before they get better, because Newcastle are in possession here, giving it back to Canny. Leo at centre-back, Romero inside, Monsalve, bring the ball forward and switching it to Gusto. It's very nice football. It's annoyingly good football. Giamfi makes a good initial block. Volashak is now going to get it to Kovacevic, who I've just bigged up, and that is a ridiculous pass to Bignot, who's through, 1-on-1 and scores. My 2 subs have made a difference immediately. Tactical genius. I am a genius. I'd like to apologise. I think the Carabao's going to my head. Oh my word. I mean, great finish by Bignot. Has to be said, under pressure, 5 minutes into this game that he's been on the pitch. Turns up with a finish like that. Has just dawned on me, I have 12 cans of Carabao energy drink. We're going to have to get to 12 Carabao Cup finals in this save game, otherwise I'm never going to finish them. I am just wondering, what is the use by date on these? Like, how long do I have years to use these? April 2024. Okay, I've got this park to Prem and next park to Prem to make stuff happen. Okay, half an hour left in this game. 1-1, all square. There's not been a lot going on in this game, but we've caught them on the break once. We could catch them on the break again here. Gaspar through, goes down in a heap. Lemos mops up the pieces. Still in a dangerous area. Giamfi, I've bigged you up, son, pre-game. Can't beat the first man with his cross, but might get a second bite at the cherry. Floats it back post. Bignot's there. Tyrese, you big boy. He's made it 2-1. At this point, questions do have to be asked, don't they? Why didn't he start the game? I was seeing him on the naughty corner, making him think about what he's done. You know, did anyone have a naughty step at home? We have one of those in the changing room. He played awful for the last 4 games. He sat there. He's got annoyed. Now he's back. Okay, do I want to make more changes here? Gaspar, I'm going to take off. I could bring in Diallo. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. I'm bringing in Cadman. You know what, Matthew? Cadders. This is your time to shine. This is your moment in the spotlight. You are the greatest showman. Put on a show for the people. We are 12 minutes away, and extra time, from winning the Carabao Cup. Coming back from behind at half-time. I just want to see the time trickle away in the top left. We don't need any more highlights, Football Manager. You don't need to show me anything. We've not been amazing in this game. I will say Newcastle have only had 2 shots on target. Why is there a highlight now? It's the 91st minute. There's 3 minutes left. It's still 2-1. Is there about to be a late sting in the tail? Bignot's given away the ball. It's picked up by Tejera though. Volashak, Giamfi, Volashak. Another goal here and it's game over. Cadman can't get there. For a second I thought he was going to get in behind, and now it's Newcastle on the offensive. We've mopped it up though again. Kovacevic has looked really good in that midfield spot. Cadman, Fred through Lemos. Drifting, running, I don't know what that run was. They've got the ball back. Oh, Tejera, that is a tackle, my son. He's had his can of Carabao pre-game. Valentine dinks it towards Rojas at right wing back. Cadman's in the middle. So is Lemos. Oh my word, it's a ridiculous finish. Is it going to count? He's volleyed it and it's crashed in off the crossbar. I fear it's offside. If this does count, it's a ridiculous goal. It is going to count. Oh my word. Lemos. I mean, when life gives you Lemos, you score goals, as my grandma used to say. Rojas with the ball in. He's volleyed that in off the crossbar to make it 3-1. That's game, set and match. Go home, Newcastle. Get your trains up north. Get your buses up north. We're going to drink cans of Carabao into the night. 10 seconds left. You can have a goal if you want. It's game over, Newcastle. Look, go and score. Go and get your little consolation for the fans that haven't left early. Taylor, look at him. Rubbish. Pathetic. It's not rugby, mate. I will admit it. The Carabao can has gone to my head a little bit. It's 3-1. It's 3-1. It's game over. We've won a competition. It's the 25th year of this football club's existence. We've won a major trophy. Look, we've won the Carabao Cup. No one can take that away from me. Savour this moment, Guernsey fans. We have won again at Wembley, but this time it's actually something that kind of means something. I say that like the Carabao Cup is more important than any playoff final. Obviously it's not, but let's just enjoy the confetti. Rain down the Carabao confetti on me. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I thought for a second, why are the flares red? Why are they? They should be green by flares as well. I mean the sparks. Did they not have the budget to make the sparks green? No idea. A win and a performance that good, that'll do me. That will do me. Very, very nice, lads. Happy about that. Oh my word, we have European football next year. We can just bottle the league now. We've got 40 points. We're not getting relegated. It's all good. £100,000 to win in that game as well. There it is. Official confirmation. We're in the Conference League next year. I would like to be in the Champions League next year. If we're going to do that, we almost certainly have to win the Europa League, which is where I have to turn my head to now. If you thought we were stopping with a cup final today, no. More football in action to come. Plan of attack here. Bilbao away. It's in 11 days' time. I'm going to go get ready for that game. Don't go anywhere. We need to win. I want to win the Europa League now. The success is going to my head. So's the energy drink. It's the caffeine. Okay, I've calmed down a little bit after the Carabao rush. We're back now, Europa League. This is the round of 16. We're taking on Athletic Club Bilbao, of course, a team that can only sign Basque players. If you ever managed them in real life, you'll know it's a rather challenging save game. Last year, they finished up in 6th in La Liga. This year, they're currently down in 11th. They're not doing very well. I say that completely ignoring the fact we're lower down in the Premier League. I take it back, we're not lower, we're 11th too. So it's the battle of the mediocre teams. But we're a mediocre team with a European qualification symbol thing next to our name. So there's levels to this game. And the reason that we're still in 11th is because we played a game against Blackburn and lost 4-3. We're not talking about this game. We were losing 4-0. They missed a penalty. We mounted a late comeback. Diallo scored 2. It meant absolutely nothing. Let's do an away day. So for today's away day, we are heading to sunny Spain and to Bilbao. I don't know where Bilbao is. I assumed Bilbao was a place. I don't know why I started going towards Barcelona as if because they both begin with the letter B, they'd be close to each other. That's not how places work. Okay, I have found the San Mam Stadium. Very scenic location next to the river. I say that, it could be like an industrial estate and docks, but at least from above, it looks very green and nice. And I can confirm from the satellite view, Bilbao seems very green and nice. The stadium has a very, very fancy roof, doesn't it? Okay, street view outside the stadium. Oh my word. It's a bit fancy. What is this pattern? I can't work out if it's hurting my eyes or not. Is that a sign or is that the world's biggest TV screen just casually outside the stadium? I think that might be a screen, you know. I was going to do a lap of the stadium, but I'll be honest, it's just the same design outside everywhere, so it does feel a bit redundant. I thought these big bits of concrete outside the ground might be more parking. It does not appear to be the case. There is some street parking, probably not enough for 52,000 fans. Also, oh my word, it is actually the biggest TV in the world. That is mental. Inside the ground, do we have street view? We do have street view. Let's go have a look at the stadium. Where are we? What's happening? Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't all built at once. I mean, this is from 2014. Is it just me or did anyone else just think this whole stadium was just built at once? It looked like one of those purpose-built stadiums, but it looks like they got 3/4 of the way through and went, that'll do for now. Guess they didn't finish the ground all at once. There's loads of dots over here, which sometimes means museum or something. Sometimes it means hospitality. Where are we? This is a bit fancy, isn't it? I don't know why they've blurred out what I assume is the pitch view. You're not allowed to see the pitch from in your box. I say that. This is all blurred out in post. I don't drink wine, but Puente del... Yeah. Is that a fancy wine? And answers on a postcard. I don't know. They've even got a seat big enough for my arse on this corner. They really are thinking ahead to my visit, aren't they? It does remind me a little bit of the Emirates Stadium. I don't know if that's just because of the shape of it and because it's got red seats, but it's got a bit of Emirates energy about it. I was hoping there'd be some drone footage or something, but I've had a look around. There's nothing on the pitch. There's no drone footage. That makes me a little bit sad. I realise I didn't look before. Is there any facilities around the edge? There's no bungee jumping. To be honest, it just seems like it's a football stadium, which is fine. But that doesn't constitute a good away day. It is a really pretty stadium. The outside of it's pretty. The roof, I can't stop looking up at the roof. I like engineering stuff. It looks very highly engineered. So the San Mam Stadium away day score. Let's think about this for a second. Beautiful stadium. Love the outside. Love the roof. The issue is it is just a football stadium. And a modern football stadium on its own, not a great away day. It had that big TV on the outside, but it kind of reminded me of, do you ever have those friends when you were growing up where you'd go to their house, they've just moved into a new place and they've bought a new TV, shiny TV, put it in the corner, you've not got a sofa or anything else to enjoy with the TV. That's what they've done with their stadium here. They put a big screen on the outside instead of bungee jumping and it's let them down. 6.25 out of 10. Okay, I've deactivated the standing desk. I need a chance to get a breather here, as do the players. This is the team we're going with. Full strength 11. Did rotate the team for the Blackburn game, so I'm going to use that as the excuse for why we lost, ultimately 4-3. But hopefully, the rotation is going to be worth it. I've changed my mind, I think. I'm dropping Elunga. I'm bringing Big Knot back into the team. Also, I've got 3 extra spots on the bench. You know what? Flegard, Cadman, and Hag, on you come. If you're wondering about Flegard, by the way, he was in our youth team. He's still playing with the under-21s. He's just training with the big boys at the moment. I think I forgot to mention this. Big Knot, obviously, got those big goals for us in that cup final. He's recently signed a deal worth £70,000 a week. It's seen his release clause go up to 102 million from what I think was either 50 or 70 million. Don't think he'll ever be worth 100 million pounds, but felt like he was worth giving the big bucks to. He's popped up with some important goals this year. Hopefully he's going to pop up with some important ones in this game now. I have got to remind myself, no away goals in European competitions anymore, which I really, really dislike. It kind of encourages you to play for the home game a lot of the time, rather than going for things away from home. Obviously, given the fact this first leg's away from home, would love to get a good result here to take back to the island of Guernsey. Not been a particularly lively start to this game, but we have got our first highlight of the game. Much like the Newcastle game, it's taken to around the 25th minute for it to happen. Unfortunately, well, I thought for a second we were going to be on the back foot. We're not. Now we're going to try and launch a counter-attack. Gaspar, not with the best touchdown, but dealt with by Bilbao initially. They're going to launch it long. We should win the header. We do win the header. Adu Giamfi is going to get to that second ball. You might have noticed as well, Warunga, left centre-back today, Volashak suffering from a little bit of an injury, so not available for selection. Hopefully we're not going to miss him too much. Like, Lemos has missed that chance. Athletic Club Bilbao with the ball in, knocking it around nicely. I'm not enjoying this. Santa Maria bringing the ball forward. The number 6 crosses it in near post to Gera. Gets it away from danger. 35 minutes played here. We're not having enough of the ball, I feel like, to justify some of our team instructions. Let's make the same changes we made last game. They worked against Newcastle. Maybe they'll work over here in Spain. We are rapidly approaching the end of this first half. It is still 0-0. Gaspar, crunching tackle, wins the ball nicely. At the moment, not a great deal to speak of, really. They've had the better of the play, but as the home team, you might expect that. We just need one opportunity, though, and we might have a chance here. Rojas, Lemos... Lemos looked a mile offside there. I'm not even going to celebrate this one. He's miles off. I know it. You know it. We all know it. I've seen closer. Half-time here, we have been second best. To be fair, Bilbao had one golden opportunity, that cross it into the box. Besides that, they've not done a great deal either. Both teams with just one shot on target. Gonna tell the players it's unacceptable. Gonna tell the players I'm not happy. Looking for more in the second half. We have been very, very hit and miss this year. Part of me wonders if the games where we are taking on lesser opposition, maybe not this kind of game, but, you know, the likes of the Blackburn game that we just played, maybe I do need to have a slightly more aggressive attacking plan B, or at least a tactic that I can use in games where we can really, you know, press the advantage a little bit more. This system we've got here, I think, avoids us losing. We're kind of seeing that in this game here. Fingers crossed, touch wood, at the moment. But going for things could be necessary. In this kind of game, though, as the away team, 20 minutes left here, I don't really want to change anything. A draw away from home in Europe is not a bad result in the knockouts at any point. Lemos has been disappointing here. I'm going to bring in Alunga. I'm also going to bring in Cadman, I think, who I am just giving more and more minutes to, but I really want to see this guy develop. I think he could be like our star player, dare I say. In every single Park to Prem, in every single save game in Football Manager, there's one English striker who just develops like absolutely crazy. We've all seen it, right? There's that one player and they've come through Crystal Palace or Middlesbrough or some club and you think, wish I'd signed them before Manchester United got their mitts on them. I think Cadman might be that man. I want to see him thrive. I want to see him perform. He's going to get a chance here with 10 minutes left. Can something happen? Okay, there is a chance, potentially. Ball looping up in the air. Tejera's not won a header. That's when you know we're in trouble, although that tackle there was nice. Ilunga mops up the pieces. Fred through Bignot, who's through on goal. He scored previously. Can he score again here? His effort's blocked. It falls to Matthew Cadman. It's his second goal in Guernsey colours. It's his first in an episode. It's tactical genius yet again. It's very rare, isn't it, in Football Manager that subs actually immediately do stuff and make you look smart. Today's been a day for it. Cadman, I mean, all the work was done by Bignot and Alunga, but Cadman, he had to finish it. Diallo probably hits the post from there. We're 1-0 up. There's a kick-off highlight. Just as I was getting excited about it being 1-0, Football Manager might be about to put the brakes on the operation. Although, if we get a second goal here, I mean, I might start partying. Warunga, McKillop, tries to play the ball inside, does get dispossessed there in a not great area to lose it. Alonso played in behind one-on-one. Oh my word. Manny Wilford, you beautiful man. Do still have a corner to deal with, mind you. So let's try and make something happen out. I mean, I say that. Wilford's got it covered. 4 minutes of added time. At this point, I'd be content to take a 1-goal lead into that second leg. Whether or not we're going to do it, I mean, it remains to be seen. We have to do a little bit of, well, defensive action potentially here. Ball won by Tejera nicely. A second goal here could be massive. Cadman fights through Bignot, who hits it. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that finish was. Okay, full time here, 1-0. I think that result flatters us a little bit. We created plenty of good opportunities in the game. Second half, I think we maybe edged out the play. Great to see Cadman come on and get man of the match. Even if he did score an open goal from like 5 yards out, he got man of the match. It was a great decision to bring him in. Apparently Lampard's been spotted at the stadium. He's eyeing the progress of Manny Wilford. Who wants to let him know that we've already agreed to sign Wilford for £7 million? That deal's been signed. Why? Wait, Lampard's not Liverpool manager, is he? He's England manager. I'm an idiot. That's right. In this cursed timeline, Frank Lampard is England manager. I say that. Maybe it's not a cursed timeline, although he has just spent the last 12 years at Everton. So, yeah, it definitely is. Let's give Cadman some praise. You were amazing. And hopefully we're going to be equally amazing in the return game in a week's time. We have got Brighton in the meantime. They're in 16th. Probably going to bottle that one with the B team. I'll join you for the second leg of the European footballing action. Okay, ahead of the third game of today's episode, took on Brighton, didn't beat Brighton. We were absolutely awful again. We got a point, so let's look at the silver linings. I mean, to be fair, I am playing a rotated team in the league at this point because all focus is just on the Europa League. All our eggs are in that basket. Never before have I given up on a league kind of position like I have this year in the Premier League in March. It's rather early. You might also notice here, owner status loves the club. We've had a takeover, promotion from within. Dean Harwood's taken over. Least eventful takeover ever. On the 14th of March, we were attracting interest. 17th, takeover talks are happening. 2 days later, takeover happened. Nothing's changed. Elsewhere, we have had a youth intake. Just to quickly look through these players. Ian Martin, debatably the best of the bunch. Good player, mercenary personality, I do not love. He could be okay. And I think that's kind of what you can say for all of these players. All might have potential, according to our staff, but none of them wow me with their current ability. Carlos Hayes here, not a bad left-back option, lacking in the physicals for a wing-back. Danny Reynolds here, looks interesting, 16 long shot stands out, but besides that, he's not anything we've not seen before. Kikbu Anane, again, kind of looks okay, but just lacking so much in current ability that it feels difficult to see these players just reaching their potential. And the last of the players we picked up is An Sang-won, a Korean player, came for our youth intake. Just as a reminder, we do have this affiliation with Jeonnam, which allows us to sometimes get South Korean players come through. That has happened. And in some other news, actually, something I forgot to mention happened back in January. Brommapoikina, a team I managed many, many years ago back in Sweden. You can see here, we've got them as another affiliate where we might get some of their players come through our youth intake. So far, we've had, well, one South Korean player come through our intake. Hopefully in the years to come, affiliates will provide us with better players than we got this year. Anyway, with that recap of quite an eventful week in football here at Guernsey, we now have to take on Bilbao. In terms of the team we're going with against Athletic Club here, this is the kind of preset best 11. I'm going to change things up slightly because Volashak's not fit. Rojas has not wowed me at right wing back. And Alunga's been in some, well, pretty meh form. You know what? Going to make some changes. Going to keep Lemos on. Going to bring in JV at centre attacking mid. He's done okay lately, and Big Knot has been playing, well when the camera's been on him. So hopefully he's going to play well here. Okay, early set piece. If we get an early goal here to make it 2-0 on aggregate, that would help me relax. Unfortunately, Teixeira's headed over. 10 minutes into this game, we've had 69, very nice, percent of possession. We are dominating the play, penning them back as the home team. That's what I want to see from us. But ultimately, we need to break the deadlock. That's one thing we've not done enough of this year, scoring goals. Last year, we had the second most goals in the entire league. That's not quite been the same this year. And, well, it could have been there. Lemos with a good opportunity. Great save by the keeper. We do still have a corner, however. We can be lethal from these. I think Teixeira's got 4 goals for the season in the league. He's got 7 for the season now in all competitions. He's got 1 here. I was setting myself up there to talk about the fact that, binoculars, by the way. I was setting myself up there to talk about the fact that we haven't scored as many set pieces this year, and that was a big source of goals in previous seasons, and then that's happened. So that's nice. 2-0 up. Can we now get a third? If we get to 3-0 on aggregate, I will breathe a sigh of relief. I will start to get perhaps a little bit complacent, but maybe I need to be a bit wary of that. Maybe we shouldn't get too carried away just yet. Still 75 minutes left of football here. If Athletic Club Bilbao were to get 1 back, maybe squeaky bum time would start to commence. Warunga, Jaime, back to Teixeira, working it out from the back. McKillop, Jaime, JV, Big Knot. Lovely build-up here. Jamfi plays it and Lemos looked offside. Rojas, I think, is on. And Rojas, well, I think that was a cross rather than a shot. Whatever it was, it's not ended up in the back of the net. And now Bilbao are going to launch a counter-attack. Alonso breaking through, round the keeper, scores. And from an opportunity where I thought we had a real chance of finding a goal of our own, we've got and conceded. Bilbao catch this on the counter-attack. Alonso played onside by Warunga, and in the one-on-one, the striker just goes around the keeper and tucks it into the middle. 10 minutes left of this half here, 1-1 still. Last 20 minutes, not had anything going on, which is kind of okay, although in this kind of game, as the home side, I would love to see us press home our advantage. We had a golden opportunity to, well, make it 3-0 on aggregate. Now all of a sudden it's 2-1. We have to reset. We have to mentally show a bit of fortitude, something that we've not necessarily shown all that often in the league this year, when we have been rotating things around, but it's our best 11 on the pitch, and it's our best 11 that's going to be called into some defensive action here. They carved us open very simply there, fortunately shot off target. Warunga and Jaime playing around with the ball at the back, dominating the ball from deep, but it's about getting the ball forward, and while maybe we're going to have a chance for that here. Lemos in pursuit, he's not going to get there. Defender half clears it, but Rojas should be there to mop up the pieces. The number 2 cutting inside, crosses it, deflected, Lemos heads it goalwards. Great save by the keeper. We have still got a set piece, we've scored one of these already. It's going to be JV over it. A goal right now before half time would be sweet. Keeper makes a great save, it's scrambled in. Fallentin's claiming the credit. He's fallen into the ball there. It's 3-1. I would show the highlight for this goal, but you just can't see it. Apparently, in Football Manager, all the European games cameras are just set to reverse. Is there a way to fix that? Does anyone know? Answers on a postcard. I don't know. Either way, at the break, 3-1 up. Told the players I'm happy at half-time. First 10 minutes here, more of the same. We have limited Athletic Club Bilbao's chances. We've taken the ones that have come our way, albeit from 2 set pieces. But with half an hour left in this game, let's make some changes. Jamfi's on an injury. Do not like that. Lemos has been disappointing yet again. I'm going to bring in Cadman. Elsewhere in the team, fresh legs in midfield. We're going to bring in Montero. And you know what? Kovacevic impressed me last game. Had a really good impact when we brought him on. Let's see what he can do today. I am going to update his role, actually, from defensive midfielder on support to Segundo Volante. He looked good there previously. 20 minutes left of this game, 3-1 up on aggregate, 2-1 on the night. That goal from Cadman, by the way, in the first leg, looking more important by the seconds. This has not been convincing, but a chance to make it convincing. Cadman, round the keeper, hits the post. 5 minutes of added time here. Not exactly been a classic over the two legs, but we've got the work done. A lot of dirty work. I mean, we won both legs, so we are going to be marching on into the quarterfinals. I don't necessarily think it was the most convincing result. Just as a reminder, winner of this competition does get Champions League football. Given where we are in the league, given the fact that Conference League football is all but guaranteed, I mean, it is guaranteed, not all but, I think the focus now is on this competition. We've got, 7 games left in the league? Yeah, the Europa League is taking full focus, I've decided. We did break our record attendance with that game right there. 24,000 fans showed up, and with that, £725,000 in ticket sales. That is smashing our previous record by £300,000. Unfortunately for us, I've just had the draw for the next round. Manchester United. Of all the teams we could have got in the quarterfinals, I'm going to go ahead and say it, that's the worst. And looking at our schedule, those games have been penciled in for shortly after the upcoming international break. Manchester United at home, Manchester United away. Know what we're coming back for tomorrow. Bit of a mixed bag today in terms of results on camera. Absolutely amazing. Just a shame that in the league, it's all kind of gone terribly, terribly wrong. But we've got above the 38-point threshold. We are going to be staying up this year. No risk of relegation. European football secured. Now we just have to try and upset the odds against Manchester United. I am very annoyed we've been drawn against them. If you did enjoy today's episode, the Carabao Cup final, the Carabao Cup tasting and an away day, make sure to drop a like on today's video. We are going to be back tomorrow with more Park to Prem action. Until then, take it easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.